Good morning, students. Have you finished your prayer? Do your prayer. நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். நான் ஒரு நல்லாசிரியர். நான் உங்களுக்கு தாயாகவும் தந்தையாகவும் இருந்து முறையாக அன்போடு கல்வியை போதிப்பேன். Okay, students. Take your social science book. Take na? Okay. Then come to page number 7. We will see the new topic, peace conference in Paris, and then importance of the Treaty of Versailles. Okay. Yesterday we saw about course of the war. So in course of the war we saw first the two warring camps of Europe. So how the European powers divided into two warring camp. One consists of central power and another consists of allied powers. So we saw about it detailing. Then war in western and eastern front. So how the war took place in the western side and also in the eastern side. Then about battlefields, so like Battle of Tannenberg, Battle of Marne, Battle of Somme, Battle of Verdun, etc. And also we saw about trench warfare also. Then apart from that, war in other fields, so like how war happened in Far East Asia, then how it happened in Balkan countries, how it happened in Middle East countries, so like that we saw. Okay. Then finally we saw about America entry into war. So why America entry into the First World War? So initially it was a neutral country, but in the year 1917 only it entered into the war. Then finally we saw about the Treaty of Versailles, in which Germany was forced to surrender. Okay, ma. So today we will see it detailing. So after signing the Treaty of Versailles in November 1918, so Treaty of Versailles was signed in November 1918, in which Germany was forced to surrender. So after 2 months of signing the Treaty of Versailles, so there was a peace conference held in Paris. So that is on January 1919. So there was a peace conference held in Paris, so in which the major leaders of the time had participated. So among them, so 3 persons so played an important role in this Paris Peace Conference. So they were David Lloyd George, so the Prime Minister of Britain, then George Clemenceau, the Prime Minister of France, then Woodrow Wilson, US President. So they played an important role in this Paris Peace Conference. So what are told in Paris Peace Conference? So provisions of the treaty. So provisions of the treaty means, so what are the conditions so told in that treaty? So what are the conditions told in the Treaty of Versailles? So it was finalized in the Paris Peace Conference. So let us see one by one. The first provision of the treaty was, so Germany was found guilty of the war. So found guilty means, so she was responsible for something happened. Okay, so guilty means, so being responsible for something bad that has happened. So for the First World War I, it was blamed Germany was responsible for the war. Then apart from that, she had to pay the reparation amount. So reparation means, so compensation for war damage, so paid by the defeated state. So Germany was responsible for the war and she was forced to pay the war compensation. And her army was limited to 1 lakh soldiers, that is 100,000 soldiers, with 6 battleships and no tank, no submarine or aircraft. So German army was limited. Then Alsace and Lorraine were returned to France. So do you remember in the casus we saw, that is Alsace and Lorraine were 2 places lost by France to Germany in 1871. So in 1871, so Franco-German war took place, in which France lost Alsace and Lorraine to Germany. So these 2 places were returned to France as per the treaty. The new countries were emerged. So like some of the Russian territories were emerged into new countries like Estonia, Latvia, Lithuania, etc. Yeah, like that the union of Austria-Hungary was forbidden. That is it was not allowed. So Austria-Hungary was split into countries like separate countries like Austria, then Hungary, then Czechoslovakia. Then the northern part of Trentino, so which is a part of Italy. Initially it was occupied by Austria-Hungary, was returned to Italy itself. So Italy, why it left central powers and joined neutral powers. Okay, so northern part of Italy, that is Trentino, was returned to Italy itself. Then already we saw Alsace-Lorraine returned to France itself. So now Germany was surrounded by a small few countries only, so small powerless countries. Then Poland was again recreated. So new country Poland was again created. So Schleswig, northern part of Schleswig was given to Denmark. So you can see in this map. So Denmark, in southern part of Denmark, you can see northern Schleswig. So it was returned to Denmark itself. So Schleswig, northern part of Schleswig was given to Denmark. So you can see in this map. So Denmark, in southern part of Denmark, you can see northern Schleswig. So it was returned to Denmark itself. So Rhineland was demilitarized. So Rhineland, so which was the area located between Germany and France. So it was occupied by Germany. Yes, it was once a part of Germany, in which Germany placed her military forces. So now it was demilitarized. So demilitarized means military force was removed from that place. Okay, so now it was demilitarized. Okay, and also it was now come under the guidance of allied powers, especially under France. So Rhineland came under France. Then separate treaty were signed with other countries like Austria, Hungary, Turkey, etc., Bulgaria, Serbia. Yeah, the treaty signed with Turkey was Sevres, but it was rejected by Mustafa Kemal Pasha and his followers. Okay, so though the Turkey Sultan accepted the Sevres treaty, it was rejected by Mustafa Kemal Pasha and his followers. Then fallout of the First World War. So fallout means bad result of a situation or an action. That is, what is the bad result of the First World War? So first, it have a deep impact, so deep effect on European society and polity. So through conscription and air raids, it affected more population. So conscription means so compulsory military service in European countries, especially during World War One. There was a policy, there was a principle called as conscription. That is, every citizen at a particular age have to do military service compulsory. Now also you can find in some European countries, that is, even though they belong to royal family or poor family, they have to do compulsory military service. So that was called as conscription. And air raids. So for the first time, bombs were thrown through air, that is through flight. Yeah, so through this policy it affected more population. Then so Napoleonic wars. So Napoleonic war means so Napoleon, the emperor of France, so around 1800, from 1800 to 1912, almost to Balkan wars. So Europeans had lost only 4.5 million men. So more or less 4.5 million men. That is, for 100 years in the battlefields, there are a lot of battlefields happened in European countries. In that battlefields, totally they lost only 4.5 million men only. But now, within 4 years, 8 million had died. Okay, so note down it. So nearly within 4 years, 8 million had died. Yeah, then twice wounded. So double the time people were wounded. Then many crippled for life. So crippled means so they damaged seriously or harm. That means they have lost some of their parts. So some persons lost their leg, some persons lost their hand, some like that. Okay, so they were crippled for life. Then millions of people were suffered from worldwide influenza. That is, flu means a viral disease. So around 1918, there are some viral disease, so that spread all over the world. So now it was corona, so it was spread all over the world now. So almost 100 years before, so like that virus, so flu virus, so it was spread all over the world. Then there was imbalance between the sexes. That means so there was a shortage between men because so most of the men went to battlefield. Yes, so since there was a policy called as conscription, most of the male went to battlefield. So there was a shortage for men. So there is no equal sex ratio. Yeah, so then soldiers were placed above civilians. So those who were participated in the World War One, when returned to their country or native place means they were placed above the civilians. since men were in battlefield, so there were demand for workers. Okay, so women's began to work in factories. So this picture shows some of the women's working in factories. Yeah, so it is a missile factory. Yeah, so this is a missile, that is a bomb. Yeah, so women's producing bombs. Then another important factor is, so it was a stirring period, that is the beginning period. So the rise and consolidation of USSR, so expansion of USSR, Union of Socialist and Soviet Republics. So 1917 Russian Revolution took place. So we will see in next class detailedly. So after the First World War, so USSR emerged as a powerful country. Then US entered the war as a debtor country. So debtor country means, so debtor means, so person who owes money, that is US. So enter as a country which have money. Then later it became a money lender. Yes, that means she gave money to other countries. So first she had money, then later she gave money to other countries. Then there was the rise of national feelings in the colonies. So they began to fight for their freedom. So colony countries, so Asian and African countries, began to fought for their freedom. Then finally Turkey rebirthed as a nation. So Turkey, so it was a part of Ottoman Empire. So the main part of Ottoman Empire, so rebirth as a country. So Mustafa Kemal Pasha, so already we saw Mustafa Kemal Pasha. So he played an important role in bringing Turkey as a new country. So the role of Mustafa Kemal Pasha was very important here. So this slide shows the location of USSA and USSR. USSA, which was a debtor country, now emerged as a money lender, and USSR, so the consolidation, that is the final formation of a new country, USSR, after the Russian Revolution. So what was the impact of First World War in India? So it has some important impact. Though the main theater, this main center of the war was Europe, so fighting took place in other parts of the world also. Okay, so British recruited a vast contingent of Indians. So recruited a vast contingent of Indian means, so British army required. So that is they need a large number of Indians. So contingent means, see, a part of an army. So contingent means a group of soldiers that are part of a larger force. So in Britain forces, Indians also played a part. Okay, so they played a very important role in Europe, Africa, and West Asia. Then these soldiers came back with new ideas, and they have the deep impact on the Indian society. So these soldiers, so while returning to India, so they brought new ideas, so which have deep impact on the Indian society. Then Indians contributed, so 230 million pound sterling in cash and over 125 million pound sterling in loans as war expenses, and war materials value they supplied 250 million pound sterling. Yeah, so because of this huge amount, India was suffered in great economic distress. Okay, so it led to grain riots as poor people looted shops. So that means, so poor people began to loot grain shops. Okay, then also India suffered under the worldwide epidemic influenza. Yeah, another important fact is, so home rule movement was started and Congress reunited. So Congress was split into two, so moderates and extremists. It was again reunited. Yeah, so Indians so fought bravely in the war because they believe that after the war England should do something good for Indians, but only disappointment left. So Indian soldiers participated very bravely in First World War because they thought after World War I, Britain would give them some importance, that is gave them loyalty. But after the World War One, disappointment only left. So Britain do anything good for India. So this picture shows the Indian soldiers in World War One. So these are our some of the Indian soldiers. Yeah, so do you know that India get in Delhi? Yeah, so that was built in remembrance of these Indian soldiers. So it was built for the persons, for the soldiers, Indian soldiers who died in the World War One.